All right. What's up, everybody? This is the Texas Cornhole Show, and I'm Jonathan Zarzinski, and I'm sitting here with a now ACO Major Champion, Grant Upchurch. Grant, how are we doing?
Doing pretty good, man. Feels pretty good to be able to go out there and throw some bags at a high level and get a win.
Yeah, you and Chase Lester won first place in doubles,
Yep.
and he took down a couple of guys that were the heavy favorites that had won two majors in a row. Everybody, all of the podcasts leading up to it, there's a couple ACO podcasts that I pay attention to. They had him picked to win it, and you guys kind of ruined it. You kind of spoiled the party.
We didn't just ruin it. We absolutely shit on their party.
You were undefeated in doubles.
Yep.
You started off 21 and 0, 21 and 1, and then you won when they had a double dip you. You won the first match. Mr. Upchurch, for everybody who didn't see it, hit a double airmail drag
It
to
was just an airmail drag.
airmail double drag. You took in two bags.
Oh,
You didn't know that?
th- thought I get one.
No, I watched it again today.
Oh
No,
yeah.
he brought in two.
Oh well.
Yeah. You left Mr. Bearpaw with a pretty impossible push that he did not hit. Game, Chase and Grant Upchurch win. And you wouldn't know because ACO hasn't posted anything about it, which is
Nope.
weird.
Yeah. I mean, I want to say it feels like a big deal, but the league doesn't even care. So why should I?
I've given TCL some criticism for like just having a photo dump and not naming who won. And well, it seems like leagues just don't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they did. I mean, you're sort of in one picture. You guys are like on.
In the
And
background, grayed out. Like they didn't want. Hey, they were there, but let's not talk about it.
so some of the best players in Texas showed up at the TCL. I'm sorry, ACO Major. Played great. Levi Haddock proved again that this kid's for real.
Oh yeah.
I sat down and watched him. Okay, for people who don't know how it works in ACO, if you're a top seed in the league, you're going to get to play a bottom seed in the league. However, there's at the
There's
two-edged sword
Yep,
because that means you have to play the brand new guys that show up. And
that are probably completely underranked where they would be.
yeah, so I think it was Sebastian Barger had he's one of the top guys, one of the top players in ACO, and his first game was against Levi because
Levi beat him.
Levi rattled off 13 12s in a row. And not just sliding down the middle.
So
You
it's
know what I mean?
52 bags in a row.
In a row. And again, not just sliding down the middle. Like hitting drags, hitting rolls, hitting push shots. I mean, it was a feat to watch.
Yeah.
Got some attention. I think uh, Sebastian's bag sponsor made a post about it. But Levi's the real deal, man. He can go and play against some of the best players in the world and give them a run for their money every time.
Yeah, I mean, I totally agree. It's you know, he's good. 52 bags
Yes.
in a row against you're coming to a tournament, have no idea how people play. You play against a really good player right off the bat, and you do that.
And not only that, as a bag maker, I have to point out that so I make these bags, okay? I made them on a Monday. So today's a Tuesday, right? So it was basically last week. I made them on a Monday. I give them to you on Tuesday. You forget to take them to league on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Then you guys show up on Friday and start beating them up. These guys are like rubbing them on the concrete. I did bring a massage gun. So I don't know if you guys used that at
Way to
all.
look out.
Uh, but these guys were playing with bags that were less than a week old and just weren't ready for competition. And they're playing against your standard ACO player is hole for hole, thin and so floppy. Like, I've heard the term dish rag. I've heard like just like it's like holding soup, like vegetable soup.
Yeah.
It's like gonna fall through your fingers. And you guys are throwing stiff, new, slow ass carpet bags and you win.
Or beat their ass too.
Yeah. I mean, I think,
So I mean, for the reason I'm saying beat their ass, you go to the double stats. And I'm only going to speak to me and Chase. Neither one of us lost our side all day,
yeah,
and both of us had not the highest PPRs, but
no,
we had the highest DPRs.
you had the
Chase
highest
with a
DPRs.
1.2 something, me with a 1 something, or just a 1.
And I think Levi was fourth in that.
Just higher. We score.
Yeah, right. And it's a lot of fun to
There was a
watch.
game. I didn't care if I wasn't going to the hole because I was scoring. I threw a 6.5, but I won my side.
Yeah, it was very crowded around the hole with stiff crunchy bags. And of course, they don't fall in. It's all my fault.
Yep.
Chase, you know,
Yep.
clogging the hole. It's all my fault.
It
But
was.
when they drip in, or when you hit a double drag for the win, I don't
It
get
was a
any
good
credit.
shot.
I don't get any credit.
It was a good shot
Big templates are awesome. That's what I'm saying.
for non-carpet bags.
Well, well, that was great. Congratulations to you guys. I thought I had a great time. So we all went up there. We got a house. I thought the vibes are good. We had a good time.
Yeah,
That
no,
was a
that was one of my more favorite trips I've made to play cornhole.
Yeah, that was a fun trip. And so thanks for all the guys that came out. Repped Texas. I think
We won throwing the Texan.
yeah, yeah. I made it back. Here,
Texas
wait, you got
won.
one.
Texas won throwing the Texan.
Yeah. That we made this bag. I got it approved for ACO. Like literally, it was approved the day I made them. You know, I got the email. They're approved. I'm like, yes, let's make them and see if we could break them in time. And that was so cool.
Yeah, no, I mean it was fun.
That was so cool. I had a blast watching you guys. It was a lot of fun. Um, the ACO vibe, smaller event than expected for for what they call a major,
Yeah,
a
I mean
national.
they didn't even use they used half the building that they rented.
Yeah, and I think maybe 100 players, a little
Sure.
less.
Yeah, I mean I'd say 50 teams, 100 players.
And you know, for a lot of people just don't know, right? Because they haven't played it in ACO. Um, interesting because there are no class systems. There's no rankings. Everybody plays against everybody. Then it's broken into tiers after that, which I think is a pretty cool way to do it. But a lot of people have been asking me, like, well, if I'm a C in TCL, what am I in ACO? And it's like, no, no, no.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, you everybody plays everybody, and then it's broken into tiers after that. I would say overall, everybody's real cool, right? It's cornhole players. Like generally speaking, we ran into some issues, but generally, I thought people were super nice.
Yeah, generally people are pretty nice.
I don't. A lot of people just didn't like new guys showing up and winning, and we weren't quiet. We weren't that quiet.
I mean, no.
No, you were. You yeah, you play the way you play, but
Yeah, I wasn't in your face at all, but
yeah, not everybody was quiet.
Chase was talking to himself some.
He just had, you know, Zach. He could cheer himself on. I had a blast. But yeah, criticisms for ACO. I mean, if I'm gonna if I'm gonna criticize ACL and TCL, I gotta criticize ACO too, right? Not promoting you guys is pissing me off. The fact that they had, you know, podium picks, and I have not seen your podium pick yet. I have not seen your names as major champions, but I've seen singles champion and his name. That's pissing me off. That's
So
unacceptable.
they posted the picture, right? Like me, like we didn't get our podium picture. You weren't able to take it, whatever it was.
Yeah, my bad.
I mean, it's not your fault because you're thinking the league official that's running the event's going to take the picture and post it.
Right.
Well, we get posted and we're basically a background picture for the singles champion.
That's like small.
Yeah.
I mean,
And then on top of that, they send out they send out emails to the people who participate in the event afterwards, and it says congratulations single champ, you know, whatever Goodwin, and that's it.
Tyler Goodwin.
Tyler Goodwin. Congratulations singles champ Tyler Goodwin. Thanks for participating in the event, and then moving on. It's like, man,
Hey, what about me?
it's like I mean, I'm going to be honest. From my opinion, it's like so winning these events really isn't that big of a deal.
That's what they make it seem
I
like.
mean,
You
they
get your
say
purple
major, but
jersey
it's
though.
minor.
You do get a you do get a purple jersey. But yeah, that's my first criticism on ACO. I cannot believe they did that. Second, the schedule. Now they're changing the schedule for
Format was
Shreveport.
bad.
And the way they do it is they do like singles rounders. Basically, it's not really rounders; it's a bracket. And then they do doubles rounders, and then you go to the brackets after that. And so you're going from playing singles to playing doubles to playing singles to playing doubles, and no player like that.
No, no, it wasn't cool at all. And then, you know, they finished the doubles or whatever, the doubles rounders. And then you're like, okay, you go into the singles tournament, you start running singles tournament, and then they start the doubles tournament while singles is still going on. So then, you know, me and Chase win our first two games, and then we're waiting forever for some of the singles to
Yeah,
finish, which is fine. But then they just randomly say, "Okay, let's start it up. Let's go while they're running while they're still playing singles." And it's like
yeah,
all of us were sitting here thinking we're going to wait another hour,
right,
and bam, next thing you know, we're in games.
yeah,
And there's no like, hey, we're going to start in 15 minutes. Hey, we're going to start in 20 minutes. There's nothing. It's
yeah,
just, hey, your games are up.
yep.
It was crazy.
That was pretty crazy, and they've received a lot of criticism over that. And from what I've heard, because they've talked about it on their podcast, and they're changing it. So they're doing a test run here in Shreveport, and they're just going to keep them together. So it's going to be singles and then doubles, which is come on, that's how it should be, right?
It's yeah.
I don't know. I haven't run a lot of tournaments, so I don't know why. like what the benefit is.
Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah. Uh oh, and then the event. I mean, I know that leagues can't do too much about this, but I was paying $5 for a bottle of water, and
Yeah, I was paying $7 for a beer.
that always pisses me off. But they were bigger beers. They were bigger than 12 ounces.
Yeah,
But my waters were $5.
but they didn't have ultra.
Right.
They had no liquor at all, which is fine. I mean, boo-hoo me, I don't get to drink liquor.
Yeah,
And you have to bring your ID every single time. There's not a wristband. There's
that was
nothing.
weird.
ID every single time. Gatorades are $3, which is a plus. But why is my water 5?
And I'm like trying to avoid sugar, so I have to spend $5 every time I go get a water, which pissed me off. I'm a But okay, but to close it on a positive note, I had a great trip.
Oh, we're not done.
We're still criticizing?
Oh, we're still
All right,
criticizing
what else we got?
Philip Barnett.
Oh, we're
Stop,
gonna talk about
stop
him?
commentating.
We're gonna talk about
Just
it?
stop commentating. You know, Levi Haddock, who again started off the tournament taking off Sebastian, whoever the fuck you are, and runs 52 bags in the hole.
Yeah,
And then he's playing the third place game against Tyler Goodwin.
yeah.
And at the whole entire time you're listening to him commentate, right next to the players, by the way.
Yeah, and why right next, I mean, that you're playing where that camera is, and the
Yeah,
commentators are right here. They
it's
did
right
not.
next.
Yes.
And all he's saying is about how all he's talking about is Levi's attitude and Levi's, oh look, he's not happy with himself, whatever it is. And anyone that's seen Levi play, he pretty much doesn't give anything. He doesn't give any facial expressions
Yeah,
at all.
plain
And all
faced.
this Philip Barnett, old has been, never will be guy is just criticizing, criticizing. Oh, look, I knew what I was talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. You're just talking.
And
And if
then,
you paid attention to the event, maybe you'd be like, hey, this kid at any point in time could just not miss. Instead of hyping the kid up,
right,
that's helping you grow your league. You're
right.
tearing them down on the live feed.
Some of the best talent in Texas goes to Oklahoma, plays great, is getting everybody's attention. People are watching him, and he's just dumping on them.
Yeah. So that again makes me feel like those majors are minor.
And then he just disappeared.
Disappears. No one's commentating the doubles championship
Yeah.
or bracket play when we're getting deeper in. No one's talking about it.
Yeah. No commentating when you had the commentator set up there and you have a guy that's supposed to be commentating. He just disappears.
And then
After talking smack, after disrespecting me for no reason.
yeah.
It didn't leave a very good impression.
No, he was just like, again, why are you there? If you're representation, you're very poor. Um and then you go have the doubles championship or whatever, and clearly, you know, these guys are a different breed than what we are here in Texas. Because you know Chase is going to talk to himself and be a little bit verbal, but he's not talking to you. He's not getting saying anything in the middle of your throw. He's not being disrespectful. Chase is just in Chase's world playing Chase's game. Well, we
Yelling
beat
at himself.
right.
And it's not really that loud. So I was telling him
It's
afterwards that
relatively
he was kind
controlled.
of yelling, but he wasn't really yelling. I watched it again on the live feed. He was just like, come on, what the, why?
Yeah,
That kind of
yeah.
stuff
It's
after a
just
miss.
and for us that are in Texas, it's like
We're totally used to that.
yeah, it's like we wouldn't even think about it.
And I usually can't even hear it at SIG events because it's so loud.
But this ACO pro younger guy wants to at the very end of it after we beat them, and he sucked, but he got his ass kicked. He's the worst player on the court. He
Of
wants
those
to
four people, he was
yes,
the
of those
worst. Yeah,
4 people, he was the worst player on the court,
that's true.
and he wants to fist bump and call Chase a bitch boy.
Pitch boy.
And
And
then he
the hard fist
yeah,
pump, right?
it fist bumps me. He tries to be a tough guy. And it's like, bro, you come on, bro. You can
Oh
put
man,
all
I
your
didn't realize we are
hamburgers
going to get this
behind
much
that punch. It's
detail.
not hurt that bad.
Are we gonna have to
Yeah,
start recording this over again? Like we are going to more of these
no, we're
events.
posting this,
Okay.
and then so the game's over, right? And so then he goes walks by his big old daddy, right?
Yeah.
His big old daddy. So dad wants to say that we're everyone gets lucky. Go look at the tournament, bro. We didn't lose our side either side all day.
Well, and Chase has gone to 3 ACO majors and he's won 3 ACO majors. That's not lucky.
Was it lucky that Levi Haddock beat your son's ass in the first round of singles? I don't think that was lucky. 52 bags in a row doesn't seem lucky. Get off the court. What are you talking about? This is the reason why people don't show the respect that honestly they should show to ACO pros. Because you lose and that's how you lose. You want to act like that? Get out of our face. Come to Texas.
Yeah, they should.
Let's throw the bags we throw every day.
They should come to Texas and compete. Of course, like they're gonna have to find non-pros to play with because they're all pros.
I mean, we can set up a little their top 10 versus our top 10.
Wouldn't that be cool?
It would be pretty cool.
So, Tyler Goodwin won singles, and you probably are sick of hearing me talk about this.
No, go ahead.
Dude, that guy. Okay, I love mechanics. I'm a mechanical engineer, and ever since I've started playing cornhole, even back in golf, I'm always like obsessed with mechanics. Right? What is my wrist doing? What are my fingers doing? What's my shoulder? What's my all of it? That dude has the cleanest, most efficient mechanics I've ever seen. I took video of him in slow motion. I just kept watching him throw bags. First of all, he's 6'4", so he's big, right? He's a baseball pitcher, right? And when I talked to him about it, he's like, all I did was pitch, right? He was one, and I've been on those baseball. Now I wasn't, but my sons were on these baseball teams where you've got that one kid that he's super tall and big, and you bring him in to pitch, and he just throws gas and nobody can hit him. Like I have a feeling that's who Tyler Goodwin was when he was a kid. And watching him play cornhole is so cool because he just like it looks like the board is 5 feet in front of him, and he's just kind of dropping it on there. And the dude's got airmails, slides, rolls. He beat Gary Bearpaw pretty handily. I mean, it was a
Double
long,
dipped him.
long, long game. Yeah,
Double dipped him. And I mean, same thing with Levi. Levi felt like Levi would get something getting going for a minute.
yeah,
Next thing you know, he drag a bag in. That's a really nice bag. Or he do something where he wouldn't give any room for Levi to get something going.
yeah. He's got. You're gonna see this guy in the future. He says he's gonna go for ACL next year.
Is this Was he the one that went and played in the ACL qualifier and went 8-0
Just to
just to
prove that he
go, just
could.
to prove he could?
No, I think that was Craig Irvin,
Okay.
who was also there,
Also there,
by
also
the
really
way.
good.
And it was fun to watch play. But no, Tyler. So what he was saying is, so here are the things. He's loves cornhole, young 20s, mid 20s, and doesn't have like a family with a bunch of kids. So he's got the time that he could put all the time into it that he wants. Super talented, athletic guy. Seems to have the desire. He's like, okay, I'm gonna go and try to be an ACL pro. And then also he hangs out with all these good cornhole players. He plays in Alabama, and I forgot the name of the area, but there's a dude named Johnny Thomas. You know who that is?
No.
He's a really well-known ACO player, and Tyler Goodwin's in that same area. So point is, he's playing against top-level talent. And he named some other people that are in his area that I didn't recognize because I can't keep track of everybody. But yeah, he's got everything it takes to be like one of the next big cornhole players that everybody knows about. His name's Tyler Goodwin. The dude's gonna be good, I'm sure of it. Unless something crazy happens. Also has like a really unique grip, and I did a little thing on it on our What's Your Grip YouTube short. So yeah, got to see that guy throw, got to see Craig Irvin throw, very unique pitching motion, picks up his back foot every time. He looks like the throwing man, the TCL throwing man. Did you notice that?
No, I didn't think I was
Yeah,
looking like that, but yeah.
that's what he looks like when he throws. And he's been the king of cornhole before and has beaten a lot of people. Because that was like 2 or 3 years ago. I mean, that's back when Ellis was still in it. I don't know if Matt Guy was still. But anyway, beat a lot of guys, right? Um, okay. You got any more? Are we done criticizing ACO? That was you went off there.
I mean, that honestly wasn't me criticizing ACO. It's just, man, you got some people in the building that don't know how to act at
Well,
all.
I don't think they appreciated. They thought they were going to go for their.
Third three-peat.
They're used to the same guys winning, and new guys show up, and that's just kind of. Some people didn't like it. And didn't appreciate it, and it was clear.
I mean, yeah, but do you like having a small league?
Right. I can't. They should be bending over backwards to welcome top talent from Texas, right? Like you should be doing everything you can to bring these people in.
And none of us were any type of rude or anything towards them at all.
It it depends, honestly. You can argue that yelling is rude. It depends. Is cornhole golf, right?
I don't know. I mean, that kind of brings up to the point where people were complaining about Chase wearing slides on the live feed.
Oh, come on. I know.
And it's
I
like he's
know.
wearing black slides, black socks with his black sweats. And the only reason you even notice is because they zoom in on the board and his feet are in the background.
Right.
And it's like they're saying, oh, there's a dress code, there's this, there's that. Listen, the reason they have a dress code is because some of y'all walk up with your raunchy feet and your ugly beat up slides, no socks on, and y'all are just rocking it back there. People don't want to look at that, but people aren't noticing the people, or they don't care about the kid wearing black slides, black socks, and looks put together.
It looked put together. That's a good term. He had the black, like what do you call those joggers?
Yeah,
Chase looked good. Like he had the purple jersey on with his long sleeve black under it, all black. Everything was blacked out except the purple jersey. The kid looked good. Right next to him in several games were, dirty Hokas with like little socks kind of pulled
yeah.
up to here, legs like khaki, like hairy legs and
Eh,
khaki shorts. Like it
And
didn't look good at all.
no,
So it's a good example of you can't have a rule of like no slides and then tell Chase he has to change when he's standing next to something that is not appealing to the eye whatsoever.
right. It's just nitpicking about little stuff. It's like y'all don't understand the spirit of the rule and why the rule's there.
Yeah.
And
But I
that's
think it was a lot of people. It seemed to me that a lot of people just weren't too happy that there were some new people in town that were winning the tournament. That's what it seemed like to me.
Well, sorry.
And we've seen that in TCL. You know, new guys show up and start winning, and people get a little upset.
I mean, it really just depends on how you're acting in that case, though. Don't spike a bag in your first appearance.
Yeah. All right. Moving on. Okay. So speaking of um, ACO, I will be running some events here. We have the major. Oh, first we have on March 30th. We're gonna do like a cornhole festival, and it's gonna be an easy game festival. So the guys from Easy Game are gonna be here, and they're gonna have a bunch of merch. Part of that, we're gonna have an ACO regional, both singles and doubles, and we're also gonna have a backyard switch, a normal switch, and sit and goes. So the point is, come to AJ's. It's a Saturday, March 30th. All kinds of cornhole to be played. Bring whoever. I'm gonna try to convince my kids to come and play in the backyard switch. AJ's is BYOB. You can have food delivered here. You can bring your food inside. So it's a great place to play cornhole. The live feed's going to be going, and that's March 30th.
And for those that do ask, the ACO events, you'll have to throw ACO bags, but the normal Switch Holios, it's open bag policy.
That's right. And then the ACO Major is April 19th and 20th. If you want to play that, coupon code Big D Dallas will give you 50% off the doubles fee for that one. Also, Big D is going to be selling a bundle of bags and an annual membership for this season and next season for $85. Smoking deal. And then you want to talk about the next one, the high school qualifier?
Yes, so on April 27th, we'll be doing a high TXHS, Texas High School Cornhole qualifier, state qualifier, where there's going to be two of them for this season going into the state championships that will be back here at AJ's. For this event, it will just be a team event. It'll be a team of 4 people. You can only have 2A or elite players on the team. The other two have to be any other tier ranking if they have a tier ranking or other people. We like for teams to be formed by school first. So if you have the capability of your school creating a team of 4, then you're good to go. If you cannot form a team of 4 from your school, then you may form a team of 4 from your school district. We will be checking.
Okay.
And then we'll be doing so in your matches, it'll be singles, team versus team. Your 4 singles players play their 4 singles players. Your 2 double teams play their 2 double teams. And if necessary for a tiebreaker, they will do a crew cup match. And you will play those matches out until we crown a winner. Um, we'll do rounders with our just doubles teams, and that'll split you up into either your varsity bracket or your JV bracket. And then the prizes for this will be qualifying for the state championship, and we're looking to have some scholarship payouts.
That's great. Are they gonna have a trophy they can put in their school's trophy
We're
room?
trying it. We're working on something pretty cool for a trophy.
Nice. You go to high schools and they have their trophy somewhere. Where do
Yeah.
you think the cornhole trophy goes?
Well, first of all, it can't be a plaque. It's got to be something with a
Yeah.
base. So we got some cool ideas coming up.
Okay. Oh, that's exciting, man. So maybe if you're out there and you're going to high school and you love cornhole, you can bring back something that we don't know that's exciting
Yes.
to your school and
We'll
show off.
probably do some cool jerseys and stuff for the guys too. Like we want our guys to feel rewarded, but the high school thing's just getting kicked off, right? So
Yeah.
as we grow it, things will improve.
That would be cool to see a kid walking around a SIG series with a jersey on that means he is the Texas high school champ.
Right.
That
Yeah.
would be pretty cool. Or
That'd be
that
really cool.
he was part of the team that
Yes.
won it. Yeah, that'd be great. All right, and that is April 27th, right?
Yes.
So that pretty much. So one of the things we're working on with AJ is, of course, we always have our Tuesday night switch. Now we have a Monday night one too, with Kinfolk. But Saturdays, we're trying to make sure that every Saturday there's an event here at AJ's, and they're getting bigger. Like the ones that we're booking are starting to get bigger and bigger and bigger, and more people are starting to learn how to use the live feed. So that's going to be up a lot more. We don't have to be here to run the live feed. Anybody can do it, or it's getting to the point where a lot of people can do it. So this is really becoming the cornhole capital of Texas and soon the world. Oh, and then the other one I've got written down is May 18th is another ACO regional, but that's pretty far ahead.
On that same date, there will be another Texas high school state qualifier in Princeton at the school.
Oh, cool. Oh, yeah. I just remembered March 23rd. That's coming up pretty soon. That's a TCL event that Jacob's running here on a Saturday. Um, and I forgot it's gonna have oh wait, it's a social event I think they're adding $500 to the social pot.
Okay,
Yeah, pretty cool.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so we're getting people. We're trying to get people to get signed up for that. So that covers the calendar of events. Wanted to make sure that people that listen know how many things are going on at AJ Sports. Because they are our primary sponsor. If it wasn't for AJ's, we wouldn't have the show, wouldn't have the room, wouldn't have the live feed. I mean, Raymond at AJ's has
Yes.
done an incredible job. And a place for me to bring all my stuff when I got kicked out of my warehouse. um, all right, cool. So another thing that we were going to talk about, ACL.
Yep.
We had an open,
Yep.
and we were talking about this a lot this weekend in the house full of guys talking about cornhole. We were talking about closing. The
Yeah. I mean, I was talking about it because I couldn't do it. Because I couldn't do it. But yeah, closing is just getting to that end of the game. I got to make these one or two shots that are right there for me, and you miss.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, Devin Harbaugh was like, I take you're not closing, and I doubled down.
I doubled down.
And he hit. He won it.
He won it, so he
But he was
closed.
up 19, I think, 12.
I forgot to check. Yeah,
Forgot to check, but I think it was like 19-12, and he had three opportunities to close, maybe two, to close the game. Like it was either just follow a bag in, or it was just go in the
go
hole.
in the hole. One
And
was go in the hole.
he side railed one, and he pulled the other one left.
Yeah,
And it was just like a for when you're at that pro division and people see you do that,
yeah.
their eyes are wide open, like, oh, this guy's gonna miss the shot when it comes to the end. Let me just play.
Right.
And
And that's what Trader did.
Trader started. He was like going, going. Trader kept on blocking, which I think that was a mistake. He should have just been getting the hole.
Yeah.
But I mean, all it cost was Devin Harbaugh absolutely destroying his AirPod Maxes.
Those things are so nice. Like I brought mine. I don't leave my house without them
Yeah,
now. I don't know if he had AirPod Maxes or if they were Beats, but they were nice headphones. And he slammed them on the ground
yeah,
and they busted.
yeah. They destroyed themselves. Then he's playing open ear. He starts trying to get in a rhythm, win his games. He's getting a little frustrated, but he managed to pull it off in the very end.
He did.
But I know, because the thing is, when he's wearing those headphones for a reason. The ACL broadcast or the ACL live isn't that far away either. Like you definitely know what they're saying if you're not wearing earphones. And the whole time they're like, "Is he going to choke again? Is he going to choke again? Is he going to whip another bag? He just missed three of these. Is he going to miss another one?" And he credit
Poor
to
guy.
credit to Devin
He
Harbaugh.
closed.
He closed. He ended up closing.
That would have been the most epic meltdown I've ever seen if he didn't win that game.
And they were trying to say it's like the best game ever. It's like that's not the best game ever.
That was not the best game ever.
When a guy fall, it's quick. They'll build you up, but they're quick to tear you down, man. As
Right?
soon as you start showing some weakness, all these commentators are like, "Oh, I get to commentate about something. Let me tear this guy down."
Yeah, that's what I do.
I mean, it's kind of what Philip Barnett did.
Yeah. Well, then you did that to him right now
I mean,
on
he
the
deserves
show.
it.
He deserves it. He was
What
not
goes around
nice.
comes around.
He was not nice to me or you or our team. And I don't know why they call him the Mississippi Ninja. Did you know that?
He's not hard to miss.
The only thing he can sneak up on is a cheesecake. How about that for a joke?
I like that. That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
He's not sneaking up on anything.
No, and he's not sneaky good either.
I'm thinking about competing just to go up against him and beat him.
I want to throw in singles better. That way, I can just piss off more of them since
Uh,
that's the game we're playing.
I guess so. I guess that's not how it's gonna play out. Everyone's gonna realize that we're all nice guys and we're all gonna get along. It's gonna be great. The
I
Mississippi
could be your
Ninja
best friend.
is
I
gonna
could be your worst enemy.
he's gonna come and he's gonna apologize to us and say, "Hey, I'm really sorry about
Oh,
that."
this is getting clipped.
No, it's
And
not.
he's going to talk about on his show. I'm pretty sure that's what he was upset about. They made all those predictions, and all of them were just so wrong.
Yeah.
They look stupid.
And for the record, we were registered, and by we I mean you, Chase, Levi, Zach, were
Reef.
registered. No, Reef
Reef
wasn't
was.
registered until the day of. But those two teams were registered before the podcast when he comes on and picks his teams. So he had the opportunity to pick you guys. And if he was paying attention, he would have known Chase Lester has won two majors and didn't even mention them. Didn't even mention the kid. Anyway, I don't think so, actually. I'm not sure. The other guys did. The other podcast, CBC, they mentioned Chase.
I'd go tune into that one then.
That it's a better podcast, really. Well, now wait. The ACO podcast is good. Barnett's got a little segment that he does before the majors where he picks winners. So he doesn't really have his own podcast. He's just a
Oh,
little segment.
oh, segments can be cut.
So, all right. Foot foul stuff. Oh yeah, so two things with Ryan Trader, friend of the show. Love that kid. Super humble, awesome kid. Really good at cornhole. Two things.
Three.
Three things. The two I remember, the first waving bye-bye to Jeremiah Ellis. He did it. He did that to Jeremiah. And Jeremiah's cool with it. He's like, "Yeah, I chirp, I talk." But
I mean,
Jeremiah,
I don't know anything about it because that can be just a friendly like.
it was friendly. They were cool, but Ryan hit a bag. Jeremiah had to hit some ridiculous airmail drag to just tie it. Ryan put his four bags in the hole, and Jeremiah was sitting at seven with the bag on his hand, and Ryan just stepped back and did the old bye bye. And I got a lot of attention on social media. Jeremiah, I think he commented on something. He was totally cool with it. But it's kind of surprising to see a kid that we've talked to that's super humble do that
Right.
on the big stage, right? Open. It was not the finals; it was the game going into the finals.
Yeah.
And by the way, I think every time Jeremiah Ellis goes to an open, he makes it out of his bracket, and then plays maybe one or two games, but doesn't make it to the final or hasn't won the finals yet. And you want to know? You know what I blame it on? I told you already.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Beer. I want Jeremiah Ellis to stop drinking beer in the mornings. Stop it. Intoxicants aren't good. You can't perform against these kids if you've been drinking beer.
Yeah, but the beer and the alcohol makes you not think. It just makes things fluid.
You got to find a way without it because it's not helping your hand-eye coordination, especially when it's been all day. Now, if it's a
Have
beer or
you heard of
two,
steering fluid?
it's all bullshit. Alcohol's bad. You can have a beer or two like maybe an hour before the finals. But when I'm looking and I'm seeing people drinking beers at like 9 a.m., I know you're not going to be there if you make it to the finals, even though
Man,
you might have had a beer when you won the doubles. But that was a shorter tournament. That tournament was over by like 5. These ones are last
no, it was
until
later than
10,
5.
7. It was not that long. These other ones last forever. Like the SIGs, bro, you're finishing at midnight.
It felt like the tournament lasted forever.
Um, okay. The second thing, trader step over move. Got a lot of attention.
Yeah.
It's getting more and more and more attention. And before this gets out of hand, we talk about stepping over the line way too much. We're both pretty opinionated on it. But I want to say Trader's not doing anything wrong.
No, I mean, he's doing a legal,
Yep.
based on the rules, he's doing what he's supposed to. It's
He is
just,
demonstrating exactly why.
you
Go ahead.
shouldn't be able to cross the line.
Yeah.
He's showing you why it's like, hey, if the rule is what it is, you're going to have a kid see those rules and be like, well, I'm going to take 1, 2, 3 steps to throw my 1 pound
It
cornhole
almost looks
bag.
like that triple jump,
And
the
yeah,
triple long jump.
and it's again, he's doing nothing wrong, but it's like, man, that cornhole is not that hard for you to have to do that. But the reason he's doing that is because it makes cornhole easier because he's able to put all of his momentum is going forward, all of it. That means the bag's gonna go forward. He's not going to just spray it.
Yep. And he plays with really slow bags. He's able to roll, push. I mean, he's a monster on the boards.
He is.
People are really having a hard time competing against him.
He's really good, but
Yeah,
I just think that there has to be a common thing where it's like you just can't cross that line.
I agree.
What's so hard about it?
And you know what? He could do exactly the same throwing motion. His has to finish where his feet's behind that line, or his foot, all of his feet are behind that one line. So we'll see. I doubt they'll ever change it because that means they have to admit they were wrong all along, right? So I don't think they'll ever change it.
I think they're going to be forced to change it because eventually they're going to be tired of talking about it.
People are still talking about it.
The squeaky wheel gets the grease.
And by the way, neither one of us are Step Over Stanley. That guy on Facebook is Step Over Stanley. You know what I'm talking about? He keeps posting about stepping over the line, and he has a funny name, and that's all he talks about.
Oh,
It's not me.
I mean, I've been guilty of stepping over the line before, but it's not just egregious and it's just not. It's dude.
Well, he's playing by the rules, and anybody who wants to win money in ACL, if you haven't already grooved your pitch, you should consider doing exactly what Trader is doing because it is showing you how to take advantage of the rule.
Yeah, totally.
Um, you said there were three, but the wave and the
Oh
foot
no, the
foul.
3 steps he took to cross the line.
Oh, the three things. That was the joke.
Yeah, sorry.
That's funny.
Mm.
Sometimes I don't get you. Sometimes I don't want to have to focus so hard. I'm around you. I forget that you're going to be saying smart things.
My jokes are always like just a little bit. You got to think about it for a
I
second.
got to think. It's hard to
And
think.
sometimes that makes them not funny, or I just laugh at myself.
All right. It's only 6:07, man. We
We
still
ain't
got
done
an
yet.
hour. Now we got more stuff to talk about. Um, Next up, Battle of the Bags.
Battle of the who cares?
I'm so sick of it.
I didn't care about it from the start, to be honest. I mean, they threw my lust bag up there, which
Yeah.
totally shows that they have no idea what's going on with the popular bags and TCL anyways. But
Maybe they need a TCL representative
I mean,
when they draft.
it sounds like another idea.
Yeah, it's not a bad
So
idea.
so I mean, it's just kind of like whatever. I mean, bag companies are getting, I guess, a little bit of recognition. I don't know if it does anything for anything, to be honest.
I didn't. My sales didn't move at all.
Um, and it's just a popularity contest ultimately because I think I have the biggest following TCL bag manufacturer wise on Facebook, and it's
Okay.
3.5K followers.
Okay.
You go click on Kill Shots is who I competed against in the first round. It was like 27K. So
27,000
by
followers.
by ratio alone, I mean, there's no reason I should win that vote off, right? But then you go a layer deeper, and that 27.5K followers also has a bunch of bots and fake accounts in there
Fake accounts.
for them to go vote on. And it's like, man,
So many fake accounts. Like it opened my eyes to how many Facebook accounts are fake. And I remember, I remember when Elon Musk was buying Twitter. Do you remember this? He tried
yeah,
to get out of the deal because they wouldn't try to give him a number of how many accounts are fake. Well, at this tournament or this contest, whatever it is, happened. And I'm starting to look at these things, and somebody got called out. It was obvious that they were fake accounts. But then I started looking at my friends list. And then I started looking at people who had sent me friend invites, which lately I just haven't been
I
accepting
can't
friend
believe you
invites.
haven't noticed that before.
Well, I mean, some of them are obvious. Like if it's a pretty girl, I mean, look, the circle I'm in on Facebook is Cornhole, and if it's some cute little girl, obviously it's fake. That's some,
It's obviously fake, and it's hilarious when it's like mutual friend six. I'm like, look at this little kid. I thought you just look at this guy.
yeah,
You know,
Landon. We're talking
yeah.
about you, bro.
Look at this creepy guy. Yeah.
It's always the same guys. That's a good
It's
point.
like, bro, just look at the account for half a second. It was created 3 days ago. There's two pictures posted, and it's like clearly a fake account. And
Yeah,
honestly, I've probably turned down real people
yeah,
adding them to my friends list because I'm like,
exactly.
bro, I don't know.
It could be fake. Well, and one of the ones I got recently looked totally real. It was a normal dude. But then I went and looked at his posts. All he was doing was reposting American Cornhole League live feeds. That's all he did for the last, I don't know, 2 months. And I'm like, okay, this is obviously American Cornhole Leagues or somebody involved with them just creating these accounts that just spam the internet with links. And then another one, like all cornhole. We've talked about all cornhole a lot, right?
Yeah.
So I've been looking at their, excuse me, at their social media presence, and they've got like, shoot, we should look it up. I want to say 50,000 followers or something like that. And they make this post about like they're coming back and all this stuff, and it gets like 100 likes or something.
The ratio doesn't make any sense,
Doesn't make
right?
any sense because we've got companies that get that many likes that have like I've got like 1,000 or 2,000 followers
Yeah.
on Big D. What's going on? You know, are those real? Is the world real? Are we in a
It's
simulation?
so
Is
much of
this
it's
all
fake. I mean,
fake?
I remember being back in high school, and there would be certain guys in school that would get with some fake little, they'd get with some other person that they'd give, $100 to, and next thing you know, they got 100 new accounts that follow their Twitter account.
Right.
I mean, that stuff exists,
Yeah.
and it's just sad to see that these numbers are inflated.
Well, it raises the question, are we making a mistake by not putting fake like I'm trying to get to 1,000 YouTube followers on this channel, right? I've been pushing for it. Like, are we making a
No,
mistake by not just
we
buying
grow organically, sir.
them? Yeah. We got some new, it keeps growing. We're at like 615 subscribers. So
We'll
thanks
probably keep
everybody.
going after one of us are king of cornhole.
One of us. I was throwing good this morning, dude.
Okay, when one of the other guys that you're having come showcase your bags.
Oh, I wasn't part of that. That was you and Levi and Chase. Dude, honestly, the three, I mean, no offense to the guys I didn't mention, any of those guys can actually win that tournament. You know?
Yeah.
That's gonna be so much fun.
Hey, dude, me and Chase, that's the first tournament we both kind of been on the same page on playing together.
Is that right?
I mean, really, yeah.
I haven't seen you guys play together. That's the one cool thing about ACO. Anybody can play together. It's like truly open.
Well, yeah, I
So
mean, you're playing in the pro division.
yeah. So well, a lot of people in ACO like you can't play with Chase, right? So if you want to go to a big tournament and play with him, your only options are ACO or ACL,
Right.
or some other open tournament like the one this weekend. But that's kind of a cool thing about ACO that I just realized. Um, and we'll see. Hopefully, Zach won't let Levi down again, right?
I mean, dude, they both, I mean,
Just throwing some shade at Zach
Zach,
because
they're
he
like a
deserves it.
10 something. This is honestly a common thing we talked about over the weekend, too. It's like, hey, you're throwing over a 10. Reef, you're throwing over a 10
Yeah,
and you're losing
and you're
games.
losing games.
So what a part of your cornhole formula is making you lose these games you're throwing really good in?
They miss at the end.
It's either miss at the end or it's this guy's really good at going bag for bag too. So it's like then it's like a consistency. How long can you just outlast them?
Yeah.
I mean, y'all know everyone pretty much knows my game at this point. It's like yeah, I can throw bags bag for bag with people, but I want to see if you can make the hard shots more than I can make the hard shots.
Yeah, yeah. Forcing a blocker though can be disastrous.
Okay.
So yeah, I've heard you say this many times where just let it happen,
Yeah, you
right?
just let the bag stop.
If you're throwing
Throw
slap by,
throw a bag that it will check up before the hole, even though you were throwing for the hole.
right,
Not every single time,
right.
but hey, it will.
I think I'm gonna try that tonight. Did you bring any Texans?
No, I emptied out my Zuka and put my TCL stuff back in there. Not saying that the Texans won't get back in there. I just had to reorganize on Monday.
I was thinking about throwing them in the switch tonight. I
Sir,
guess I won't be
I,
able to do
they're
that.
hole trained right now. I don't want my kids to go stay the night and come back and just be a problem.
All right, we were talking about we were talking about social media. All right. I was surprised to see Titan Bags use the following hashtags.
Oh, these were great hashtags.
BG ain't shit.
They ain't shit.
BGR bitch.
BG's our bitch.
And others that I forgot. Do you remember any other ones?
They just then they clout chase right after that hashtag BG hashtag BG cornhole. It's like, hey, we want to use y'all's hashtags, but also say y'all are our bitch.
I was wondering, like, because they also tagged American Cornhole League and ACL, and I just wondered if that violated a policy, like you're not supposed to talk shit about other people or other bag companies that are also part of the ACL bag system. But it is kind of interesting because BG gets out there on social media and they gloat quite a bit.
I
I,
mean, yeah, but it's kind of what you're supposed to do when you're promoting your brand. Like
yeah,
you're winning, go ahead and if you want to brag, brag. Sometimes it could become too much of your identity.
right.
But BG does all the other social media stuff. So yeah, when they win, they get a brag because they're already doing everything else. But then you have Titan bags. It's like we're not really doing anything, but as soon as we win,
We're calling out BG.
yeah, we win back to back opens.
The thing is, they said three.
Okay. Three-peat opens, and it's like,
Yeah.
oh, we're going to talk. It's like, bro, you know how many opens there are? Who cares?
Well, BG responded. Did you see that?
Yeah, BG responded with, three-time national champs, three-peat or whatever. And it's like perfect response. It's like,
Yeah.
okay, yeah, He's like, it basically saying, hey, Titan bags, you're a small fish in a small pond, but dog, relax.
I think isn't Titan Bags West Georgia Cornhole?
I don't know, man.
Because they make a lot of boards.
But I also wanted to go check real quick. So this is why it's funny. They use oh yeah, hashtag West Georgia Cornhole. So hashtag Titan bags, hashtag Team Titan are the only two hashtags that refer to them. Then they have one, two, three, four, five, six hashtags for BG.
Okay, I'm starting to grasp your point.
It's like you're more caught up in making a point to BG or whatever the point is while you're using their clout than you are promoting your own brand. That's just sad.
Wow.
It's sad.
Yeah, I think you're right, dude. I can't really argue with you on this point.
And you love to argue with me.
I
And
mean, clout chasing is a strategy.
yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the people on their team now, and it's like, yeah, it makes sense.
Wow. You're on fire today, Grant.
Yeah, someone's gonna be mad at me at the end of this.
Someone, there's gonna be a small group,
My bad.
a cornucopia. Um, well, I'm at the end of my list of things, bro.
Well, I appreciate the weekend. It was fun. Can't wait to go to the next ACO. It
I had a
actually,
blast.
I appreciate it too because it'll help me bring a lot of stuff home for me to work on for TCL.
Yeah.
Some things we need to adopt and change, and like, there's something to compare to, right?
Yep. 100%.
But one thing I can say when I came back, TCL ain't a failing product.
It's not. No, TCL is growing. Their events, like I say, are the best. I can't. I mean, I don't like to go to them because they're crowded and loud, but that's just my personal
Right.
like
Well,
problems.
I highly recommend to those out there that are in this little, 2 months with no major TCL event, or you're just going through a
Yeah.
span of no major TCL events, go check out an ACO event. Go
Yep.
check out an ACL event because you might realize how good you have it. And
Wow.
you might also really piss off some people in some other leagues if you win, and we all love that.
Yes, and we're going to be cheering for you. Yeah. I mean, it needs to be known when any national league for that matter, ACO, ACL, I don't care. ACL, it's known. The Texas guys are legit.
Right.
That's known in ACL, not in ACO.
Yeah,
All those people need to know.
and ACO, they actually say, yeah, we've never had a Texas player come to Worlds.
Oh, that's right. No, I think he said since 2013, or he mentioned Josh and AJ.
Oh, okay.
I think they did come to
Way
an
back.
ACO
Heard
event,
back the clock. Yeah.
like way, way back when. That's what he said. I don't know if that's true. That was Howell. But when you go to an ACO major, they have these flags of all these pros and all these state champs. No Texas flag.
No.
The only time I saw Texas was on Chase Lester's purple jersey. He had Texas on it. Um, so I do like that they're getting close to our state, and people are showing up and putting on really nice cornhole performances. Shreveport is next during the eclipse weekend, the first weekend of April. The coupon code is Big D Shreveport. It gets you 50% off doubles. We're gonna be there. We're gonna cheer you on if we see you play. Um, yeah,
Oh, let me give a quick shout out real quick
yeah.
to Scott Beck and
William,
William. Oh man, what's your last name?
it's not Defoe or I am.
Well, Will. I mean, this message really for you than to announce you. But hey, man, William threw over a 10 in both of his singles games, or in all three of his singles games, and lost his first one to someone throwing over, a 10, and lost his third one to someone throwing over 10, and then he mopped the floor with tier two.
Yeah, so he went down to tier two and then he won it.
Mopped the floor with
He
him.
did.
You
I
know,
saw that kid hit some amazing shots.
he's good. He's
Yeah,
really good.
he's
So
got some
that I
talent.
think that was unfortunate for him, but I think he's going to go make a run. And him and Scott Beck, I mean, they got fourth place, I think.
They did. They got a check. Yeah. So for those who don't know, when you go to ACO, you get checks. You don't get cash.
Yeah,
But I like the check.
and they're teeny weeny. They're small checks.
You want to tell? I mean, it's not
We got 350
confidential.
apiece.
So $700 for winning doubles,
Yeah,
right? Which is what, half of what you get at a TCL Sig.
less than half.
What's TCL Sig? Two
If I
grand.
win, yeah, it's 2 grand if I win doubles at TCL Sig. I mean, I don't want to sit here and complain about the payouts because there is a lot of moving parts to making that event happen the way it happens for not a large turnout. They're just
Yeah.
they're like, I get it, but I also think that when you're at the highest level and you win, you should get rewarded with more than me going to a regional event here in Texas and winning.
Yeah. Well, so you get a check and you get to put it in your trophy case. That's what I like to do.
No, the check doesn't get in the trophy case; the plaque does.
I put the check in the trophy case when I got one.
Oh.
It's in my trophy case. One day when you come over, you can see my 3 Cornhole trophies.
Well, the purple jersey is gonna be pretty cool. I got mine on order. Added to the list. Hopefully, I can add on to that. But
Oh, and Big D won quads. We forgot about that.
oh, and we won quads.
Let's
Oh, he
go.
mopped the floor with them and that too.
Bag Masters Challenge, they call it. So the bag companies can put together a 4-man like crew cut,
Yeah,
and we had one, and it was you, Chase, Levi, and Zach,
yeah.
and you
That's
guys,
a monster team.
you did not have a close game.
That's a monster team. They never felt real close. It was pretty funny though, because they have a different format than what we're used to here in Texas for Crew Cup, and it's so two players, two players. Me and Levi were on the same side throwing off board. Jason and Zach were on the same side throwing on board, and you can actually change the order any frame however you want to on your side.
Yeah,
So if Levi wants to throw the first bag, I want to throw the next two, and he throws the fourth bag, that's fine. Vice versa. If you know next frame I want to block first and Levi shoots, or I want to block and then shoot my next bag.
yeah,
I guess what I'm getting at is on my side, me and Levi did not care. I'll just be like, all right, I'm in. All right,
yeah. I saw you guys
switch.
doing
Let's
that.
just, yeah,
You
like,
were going in different order all the
oh,
time.
I was just mixing it up.
It worked great.
I liked it because it kind of kept me in a rhythm because it's like I'm just playing cornhole. And but it's awesome though that I can just throw a block there and Levi's going to Levi it and do
Yeah,
whatever he's got to do, and then I'll just be like, okay, let me throw this open hole real quick.
yeah.
It was pretty fun, and blockers frustrate those guys bad. In the championship, I blocked first bag every single frame, and I know it was pissing them off.
It was because he had those. I mean, the negative part about those soup bags, vegetable soup bags, like they can't push through much. And that bag, you had a big pointy corner,
Yeah.
slow ass, brand new crispy bag just sitting right in front of the hole,
Yeah.
and the bags are bouncing off it.
It was awesome.
I loved watching it. I was cheering you on. It was great. So yeah, come cheer us on in Shreveport. We're going to be there first weekend in April, and then here in Dallas, April 19th and 20th. The the Texas people are making a mark in ACO.
Yeah, I'm sure it's going to be a battle next time we go out there if word gets out.
We'll have ACL Texas champs. We'll have TCL having its own league, or Texas having its own league, and then we'll have ACO Texas champs.
Yep.
So all cornhole will be taken by Texas. There will
Yes.
be Texas will be on top of all cornhole.
Because I'm from Texas, man. All right.
All right,
Let's get out of here.
all right. Hey, thanks for tuning in.
It was fun. Appreciate everything. Keep an eye out for new stuff coming out. And remember, it's just a game.